So rolling on from last week, we're back here at Twickenham. I've had a phone call this week from Stuart Lancaster. He phoned me up and asked me if I would come down to the change room, and I made my decision straight away and came down here. I didn't go left, I didn't go right, I didn't think, oh, should I go to the shops
why
first?
didn't you? Why didn't you? I'm
well,
not doing
because it was the right decision. It was the right decision to make.
Go that way.
I'm the captain, son.
Oh no,
do as
quick!
you're told.
Oh,
do as you're told. I'm the captain. Kick the points. Admittedly, probably with your shin.
Tough one, wasn't it? Tough one. Had to go straight away. I'm not going to crucify Rob Shaw.
I think the press have done that.
He says kick it with 2 minutes 40 seconds to go. You slot it down, smash it over.
You've got 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I still don't. I don't think it's a terrible decision at all. It's the procrastinating that took too long, and cocking up the restart.
Well, all those sorts of things, wasn't it? The restart. And also the lack of leadership around him. You've got to feel sorry for him. And everyone talks about Martin Johnson. Martin Johnson is this great captain. He was a great captain because he had 5 other captains on the field and an absolute emperor in me. So it was a much easier role for him. You've got to feel for Rob Shaw. He's a captain of a young team and they're starting to build. Are they building? Are they playing better? That's one of the big issues, I think.
Yeah, got a much better start. It was so flat against Australia. The rucks early on, they didn't get involved, they backed off. First up, get into Pienaar, charge down, fly into him, launch for a good tackle, Parling threw his weight around a little bit, hit rucks, counter ruck, did really well. I think there was a lot, hugely disappointed to come away with it, obviously a defeat, but you could put a little package together. I think we probably said this last time, but the package is now longer in terms of
good play.
England. Yeah, I think you can.
Wouldn't be that long in terms of good phase play. It might be good highlights. Manu Tuolangi, couple of breaks. Ashton should have gone by himself. He'd beaten the cover. He's on the angle, the same angle that he scored against Australia on. Yeah. If he'd have kept running, he'd have scored because the fullback was in 2 minds. And then even if he had got stepped in, he could have offloaded in the tackle a lot easier to Brown. I'm not blaming Ashton for that because the line he ran to get to the pass from Tuolangi was brilliant. But in terms of general open play, England good? I'm sorry, Will, I disagree. Your package is no longer than a minute.
Well, I didn't say how long my package was. I said there's a package.
There's a package. Quite a few times you've told me your package is longer than a minute, but it's not true.
They could put together a little soupçon.
Like it.
A little small package to go on, which they could put up and they can go, let's take some confidence, let's go into the All Blacks. Look, the All Blacks are ridiculously good. I mean, ridiculously good. They're the best rugby team I've ever seen play. The best rugby team I've ever seen play. You throw Sonny Bill Williams in there and they're just outrageous. But
let's not throw him in there.
No, exactly, not this week anyway. Carter's so cool, McCaw's just a rock. The strange thing is about the All Blacks is what are they world beaters in? Not the best lineouts, not the best scrums, not the best restarts.
Scoring points.
They just take their chances, don't they? Don't take 15 phases, don't bludgeon where they're one piece of possession, either a turnover or set piece, bang, try.
What strikes me about them is their all-round power across the field, and they don't strike you as the biggest side. You put them against South Africa, you think, oh, they're not very big. But
if you did
God, they're powerful.
That's it. If you did bench press test, fitness test, I don't think they'd wipe the floor with it, that many teams. They're just so aware of what they're doing. They got a breakdown and they go, is it time to hit it? Yes, and I'm going to make a mess of this breakdown and we'll all pile in. Is it not time to hit it? Yeah. Their decision-making process is going to
I think they're the only side that thinks.
Yeah.
And has got the talent to back it up. England aren't thinking at all on the field at the minute. It's just
there's a bit of nerves now. There's a bit of nerves now because the more you then go on a loss, a run of defeat. So we've done one, Fiji game excluded against the top 6, 7 sides in the world. It's back to the Six Nations since our last victory.
Yeah. Should we go through the solutions then, rather than the problems and the issues? I think that this weekend we might see Freddie Burns for 20 minutes at the end of the game, which would be good for him, provided he comes through it unscathed. I just think that.
You know what? Even if you threw him in, he's not a character where one game would ruin him. I don't see a fragile character.
No, he's not. But
I'm not
the second time he comes, I'd much rather him play against Scotland in the first game, and I'd put Christian Wade on the wing, and then you've got some real X factor. Foden will be back at fullback. You've got some attacking flair.
This weekend, don't think ahead. We said this.
Well, you have to think ahead because we're not going to beat New Zealand.
How are they going to try and beat the All Blacks?
The only way they can beat New Zealand is if they pile into every single breakdown and the referee
contact area.
Yeah, go big at the contact. Wales tried it in the first 40. They lasted for 30 odd minutes, and then they all started to just die because it takes so much energy up.
Contact, I think you got kicked brilliantly. You kicked badly to this lot. Well, you kicked badly to Australia and Cummins scored. Got to be on the money.
The thing is, don't kick. You watch New Zealand, they've got 5 or 6 players back at different times to counter. and that's when they absolutely murder you because they can use the width of the field so well. I just wouldn't kick.
They're inviting you to run though. And
well,
when
you've got to run. If you want to beat them, you've got
to. This is the problem. Don't do anything. Run the other way.
I think there's a lot of flu going around. A lot of flu.
It feels to me that this week, if we take a heavy defeat to New Zealand, confidence will really be knocked.
No,
does it?
Do you know what? This is an absolute no-loss weekend.
Yeah,
for
roll the
England.
dice. Roll the dice.
There's no.
This is our 26-all, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is the 26-all game. Go out there, kick the living hell out of them, and if you're still alive, try and score some points.
Get up off the floor.
What's the worst that can happen? Everyone thinks New Zealand are going to win, so you may as well go out there and try things. You know, quick tap penalties, quick 22s, quick line-outs. Build up the pace of the game and test them. See how good they actually are. I mean, I think they're amazing, but let's see.
Cool. Should we talk very briefly about the home nations? So let's look at the Wales.
Shame about Scotland.
Yeah.
Shame about Scotland, Andy Robertson. I think he's an outstanding coach. Always enjoyed working with him. How many teams they got? 2 teams. How many professional players they got? It's just a miserable time to be a Scottish team fan. If you're an individual sportsman in Scotland, you're having a great time. Chris Hoy, Andy Murray, the boys are going well. Team, their football, their rugby.
No, I disagree. I think they're quite a good side, Scotland. Last year in the Six Nations, I know they got the wooden spoon, but they were really unlucky. They played some good rugby. They potentially should have beaten England.
How many Lions have they got?
Well, probably 3.
Who?
Gray.
Having a tough time. Because he's having a miserable time.
Yeah,
because he goes back to Sale.
Yeah, the hooker.
Mawson or...
No, the other one.
Ford?
Yeah, Ford. Forgotten his name. And he was named after a car. Nothing worse than being named after a car.
Can you imagine?
Having that all your life. Complete turmoil. And I think Lamont actually as well.
I like Lamont on the wing. Yeah, I think he's doing well. Grant's doing well as a loser. They got half a chance. Yeah. Kelly Brown.
Ireland.
Really? Yeah, really good. Argentina. In respect to a lot of people said, "Oh, Argentina weren't there." It's because they didn't let them. They came at him. Heaslip had a good game. The young lad Gilroy, first 3 or 4 touches in the first 20 minutes. Great try. I think. Well, you're the scrum half. I think Conor Murray's developing into quite a good player. And Darcy's clearly realises he's on his last legs and he's coming back and playing well in that midfield. Keith Earls some nice touches up front. If Ross plays, they've got a pack.
So good. We like Ireland.
Yeah,
we think they're going well. I think they're second favourites for the Six Nations as we stand behind France. And then our friends the Welsh. I thought they did really well. I thought the endeavour, the tenacity they showed in the first 30 minutes was really good.
Why? Just out of interest, I know I get Gatland say you've got to do something different to beat the All Blacks. They turned a lot of points down early.
They turned a lot of ball over as well. But
if you turn those points down early, and then he missed touch twice from penalties where he's Priestland.
Those are the things you've got to get right. Your penalties, your restarts in particular. You don't want to give them free attacking opportunities. Make them work for their attacking opportunities. So if they want to go through the phases against you, let them go through the phases. I would definitely blitz against them. Wales didn't blitz hard enough.
Stick a video on of Italy, first half, when they played against them. Only 13-7 down at half. In fact, Italians nearly went into the break ahead. Gori got held up right on the whistle at half time. And they just got Castro and the boys, Scarby in the middle, Massey at fullback was flying up, saying, you know what, chip, kick, whatever, we're just going to smash you. And if you run out of legs and you lose by 15 points last 20 minutes, then you're giving it a crack. Just you can't. The All Blacks are the team. You've just got to destroy the myth. Empty the tank.
These England boys will have to destroy the myth against New Zealand.
What's the myth? Let's list the myth. What's the myth?
Well, the myth is that they are unbeatable. They're not human beings. They're wearing a black shirt.
And they do amazingly special things out on the field. Yeah. They don't. They just do simple things.
Same as what you did when you were
really well.
Let's end with predictions. Oz.
My prediction is England.
There's 2 games this weekend. Wales, Australia. Big game for Wales in terms of.
It's massive games for both Wales and England. You'd fancy Wales to do better against Australia than New Zealand and England. But I think that England will play better than they have done. Let's be honest, that's not that difficult. But they will lose, and they will lose with ease.
What did we say last week? Unfortunately, we said if Etzebeth played, which he did, South Africa would win and scrape home. Annoyingly, we were right. I think New Zealand's got to be 15-20 point favourite.
A 17-point favourite with the bookmakers.
15-20 point favourite. They just have an ability to score 2 or 3 times, dead quick. Carter will be back. McCaw's last game before he goes on sabbatical. Unstoppable, in my opinion. Wales, Australia. 18-15.
To Wales.
Aussies.
Yeah, I think Australia will beat Wales. Wales have suffered some.
They weren't great, but
injuries.
Aussies weren't great in Italy.
No, but they've suffered some injuries, and the Hoare injury was a shocker. I mean, number of people that have tried to do that to me.
Quick words on that sabbatical idea. Do you think that's a template that perhaps a modern rugby player, a modern professional rugby player, is going to have to start looking at? Or not?
No, I think that you have to be a certain class of player to be able to do that.
You have to be a world great. Who was just going to say they want him there at 2015. You want to look after him.
Very hard to go on holiday for 6 months and then come back and think you can play straight away.
They've got players like Sam Cane coming through at 7, who's only 2021. He might be fractionally older, but outstanding player. And they're just so confident in their strength and depth. They go, boss, go and have a breather. If you want to come back, great. If not, no one's irreplaceable in this All Black shirt. We'll just keep motoring on without you.
Fine.
I doff my cap to Richie McCaw and Dan Carter. I just...
You got a man crush?
Not a man crush. I just think the way Carter plays...
You got posters?
No.
On the ceiling?
No. I just think the way Carter plays is... ice cold. Never sweats. Never sweats.
He's like a karate man, sweat on the inside.